Hi, this video tutorial will be on the content and assignments in Unit 1, Activity 3. And so the content page is going to focus on listening and speaking. And so to start, they're going to cover 6 different listening strategies. These are ideas or strategies that can be used so that you can improve your listening. So you might want to take notes on these 6 strategies. You want to make sure you understand them clearly because you will have to apply them and discuss them a couple of times this semester, including in one of the assignments in this activity. Once you've gone through the 6 listening strategies, you'll cover the 6 speaking strategies. So again, these are 6 ideas or strategies that you can use to become a better speaker. Okay, so again, listening and speaking is our focus. That's it in terms of the content. The content page this week is very short. They're just emphasizing 6 listening and 6 speaking strategies. And if you're comfortable with those, you're ready to move on to the assignment. So if I click to the assignment page, you'll see that there's going to be 3 assignments this week, and they will all relate to listening and speaking. So in the first assignment, which is called Identifying Main Ideas and Supporting Details, you're going to watch a video called Rick's Rant's Organ Donation. And after you've watched the video, you're going to fill out an organizer, a worksheet that's called Main Ideas and Supporting Details Organizer. So if I open that, it looks like this. And so your goal is to identify in that video, Rick's Rant's Organ Donation. What is the main idea? So see if you can summarize in 1, maximum 2 sentences probably, what is the main idea or message in that video. And then you're going to have to come up with 3, maybe even 4, at least 3 supporting details from the video that support that main idea. So when we say supporting details, you're trying to grab specific sentences or bits of information that are provided in the Rick's Rant's Organ Donation video that support whatever it is the main idea. So again, you should fill in at least 3, maybe even 4 of these boxes with supporting details. All right. Once you're done with that assignment, you can move on to assignment number 2, which is going to deal with speaking. And in this case, you're going to watch the same video again, Rick's Rant Organ Donation, and you're going to fill out a second organizer. The first organizer up here was trying to test your listening ability and whether you could identify main ideas and supporting details when you're listening to a video. This organizer down here, Effective Speaking Strategies, is going to ask you to test your ability to identify speaking strategies. And so what you'll do is you'll open up the document, and it'll look like this, and it's a little bit more detailed and a little bit more complex than the listening organizer. What you're going to do is you're going to watch that video, Rick's Rant's Organ Donation, again, and you're going to kind of judge Rick Mercer, who's the speaker. You're going to judge his ability to make eye contact, his use of visuals, his use of unnecessary words, whether he speaks clearly or not. Does he vary his pace and tone when he's speaking? And did it seem like he had practiced and prepared his speech? So we're looking at the different speaking strategies, and we're trying to determine whether the speaker in the video you watched did a good job of using those speaking strategies. And so you'll provide a specific example from the video. So for example, making eye contact, did the speaker look into the camera? Did the speaker use body language or facial expressions? See if you can find a specific example from the video that shows when the speaker did one of these things. See if you can find a specific example for this box where background visuals or visuals are used in the video. So where it goes beyond speaking and we can see, for example, images in the background or something going on in the background. Avoid unnecessary words. Can you find an example in the video where the speaker used unnecessary words? Can you find an example in the video where the speaker spoke clearly or not? So it could be, you could take a quote from the video, you could describe a specific example of something in the video, but something that shows whether the speaker spoke clearly or not. Varying tone and pace. Can you come up with an example from the video that shows the speaker using different tones? Maybe he raises his the level of his voice, or lowers the level of his voice, or pacing. At any point in the video, does he speed up or slow down what he's saying? See if you can come up with a specific example. And then lastly, can you come up with an example from the video that demonstrates whether the speaker was prepared, whether the speaker sounded natural and confident when he was speaking? Okay, so in this column, you're coming up with examples, direct examples from the video. In the second column, you're going to explain whether the speaker was effective or not. So in this column, you've already got an example of whether he made eye contact and used body language or facial expressions. Give me your opinion. Do you think he was successful in making eye contact and connecting with the audience? Was he successful in using visuals to support what he was saying? Was he successful in avoiding unnecessary words and using, I just did it right there when I was speaking, and did he do that when he was speaking? Was he successful in speaking clearly? So, for example, in this box here, you're going to explain your opinion of whether he was a clear speaker or not. And did you think that he varied his tone and pace in a good manner in the video? And did you think that he was practiced and natural and confident when he was speaking? So, two columns. This is the example column, and this is your opinion column. Okay. That's the second assignment. Our third assignment for this activity is a portfolio entry. And this is the first portfolio entry we will do this semester. We will do somewhere between 6 to 8 portfolio entries this semester, and they will be handed in at the ending of the semester. So you'll notice for the speaking strategies organizer, there's a drop box. For the listening assignment here, main ideas and supporting details, there's a drop box for you to submit your document. For the portfolio entry, there is no drop box. You are not submitting this assignment now. As it says throughout the semester you will complete portfolio entries. You will submit these entries as a package at the end of the semester. They will count as half of your final exam grade. So these portfolio entries, will do them throughout the semester, and they'll end up being 15% of your final grade. So they will be important. Whether you use Microsoft Word or WordPad or Google Docs, whatever it is, just open up a document, put portfolio entry number 1, and answer this question here. And then what you can do in future portfolio entries, you can just add to that document with portfolio entry number 2, portfolio entry number 3, and so on. And so in this case, what you're going to be doing is commenting on listening and speaking skills. So it says review the listening and speaking skills learned in this activity. So you can go back to the content if you want, and you can review the listening and the speaking. Okay. And then after you've reviewed the listening and speaking skills, it says describe specific examples of your own listening and speaking strengths and weaknesses. So you're going to be writing about yourself. What makes you a good speaker and listener, and what things can you improve in terms of your listening and speaking? So what are your own personal listening and speaking strengths and weaknesses? Also, you want to identify a few steps you can take to improve your listening and speaking skills. So what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And then what are some things you can do to improve your listening and speaking? Your response should be at least 10 sentences. All of the portfolio entries we'll do this semester will be at least 10 sentences. So if I was using Google Docs, for example, what I would do here is I would open up a new Google Doc. And I would title this document, I would title this document Portfolio Entries, and then I would do Portfolio Entry number 1, and I would answer, I would write my 10 sentence or more entry on listening and speaking. So my listening skills are ... whatever I want to say, right? And I would discuss my listening and my speaking strengths and weaknesses and how I can improve. And then I would just keep this, I would save this. You don't have to submit this now. This will come in at the ending of the semester in June. But then when we do our next portfolio entry, I would just go down to the next page and I would go portfolio entry number 2, and I would write my answer to that entry. And then after that, the third page can be entry number 3, entry number 4, etc. And so you can save all of your portfolio entries throughout the semester in one document and then submit it to me at the ending of the semester. So once you're done that portfolio entry, you'll be done assignment 3, and that's everything for this week. So let me know if you have any questions or if you have any trouble with any of the 3 assignments.